What's up, everyone? Chaos continues to sweep around the globe. $1,000 down since my last video. More and more money being printed. Interest rates plummeting. Debt accumulation is pretty much the way of the land. It's how the story goes around the globe. Just another day. But one thing has not changed, and that is Bitcoin fundamentals. What is up, everyone? I had to do another live stream. Bitcoin is down, and I really wanted to talk about something in this live stream. That is, I'm sorry, my computer is freezing. Has not changed, and that is Bitcoin. And I'm on my own YouTube video. Actually, if you're here right now, can you press 1 if you can hear me? Legend Zog is here. He says, yo, what is up, Legend Zog? One thing has not changed, everybody. That is Bitcoin fundamentals. Here we are, Bitcoin halving countdown, 59 days. I want to say something. Right now. Let me bring up my camera. It's hard to do YouTube videos when Bitcoin price is down. My lighting is really weird, whatever. It's hard to do, it's even harder to do live streams when Bitcoin price is down. I get comments a lot. You probably don't see them. Bitcoin's failing, Dan. How are you bullish? How are you trying to twist this story? I get these negative comments all the time. It's hard to cover Bitcoin when price is down. And we've been down over and over again. Thanks for coming by the live stream. If you're here right now, I appreciate you. Hit that like button on the way in. And I'm thinking, what's going on in these markets right now across the globe, not just Bitcoin, not just crypto. And that is this. It's very simple. And this is why we're going to recover. This is why Bitcoin is going to bounce eventually. I don't know when. Fear. Fear is at the very core of what's going on right now. And I know I see a lot of familiar faces in the chats. They're on Twitter too. Familiar faces in the comments on YouTube. You and I see it on Twitter, on YouTube. Turn on your TV. Fear is spreading like a wildfire. This situation that's going on in this world right now is serious. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying it's not serious. We have to take it seriously. We have to protect each other. We have to help each other. We have to fight this thing and beat it. But I am very confident we will, and everything's going to be fine. I'm very confident that things appear way worse than they are. Fear, I like this acronym, false evidence appearing real. Nobody knows what is going to happen at the end of all of this. I think most people would agree that at the end of all of this, it's going to be very similar to other, viruses and things that we've endured. I'm not going to sit here and talk about that. My point is, I think all is going to be okay. And when that happens, fear will begin to disappear. And interestingly enough, I don't know how long that's going to take. We do have one of Bitcoin's main fundamentals, the Bitcoin halving, approaching 59 days away. And this is one reason, compared to all the other things going on in this world. I opened up this video talking about interest rates plummeting, the amount of inflation that might lead to, the debt accumulation that's just nonstop around the world, and money just being printed with zero respect. But Bitcoin is separate from those things. And I want to also say this. There's a lot of this, Bitcoin's non-correlated asset. It's a safe haven. It's not non-correlated from human emotion. Bitcoin is 100% attached to human emotion. Bitcoin's tanking right now because people are scared. People are fearful. That's just about. Like an hour ago, I just went to the grocery store. I'm in this thing. This is like how I live my life. I go to the grocery store like every day. I always need something new. Like I always need eggs, and then the next day I need to go get some steak or something. Plus I like to get out for a little. This is me. I went people are freaking out. The shelves were like cleaned out. I was very surprised. And it's fear. Bitcoin price is down because of fear. Dow's down because of fear. S&P is down because of fear. And that's exactly why all of these things are going to bounce. And I think Bitcoin is going to bounce the most because fear will subside. Humanity will beat this situation. And the media will stop manipulating emotions, because you better believe media is getting some beautiful ratings right now. You can just see it. The over dramatization of it. Again, I highlight, this is important. This is serious. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to do what we need to do. But the way that it's being presented and over dramatized is unhealthy, and people are freaking out. And that's just the bottom line. That's why Bitcoin is down over $1,000 since my last live stream earlier today. I wanted to go live. I wanted to talk about it. And really, the biggest thing I wanted to talk about is why Bitcoin will recover. And the biggest reason that I'm sitting here telling you is simply because the fear will subside. And I want to say I'm sorry. Like, I'm very sorry, because I know there's probably a lot of people that are just overextended. I know there is. There has to be. I'm not saying it's, you all in the chats or anything, but I'm sure there's so many people overextended that might have bought up here, right, at 2017 high, and then like bought again in this swing high, and they keep doing that. The hardest times are to buy the dips. It's when your emotions are saying don't do it. And now, from a technical analysis perspective, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the technical analysis, because I get comments, technical analysis means nothing. I always disagree with that. Technical analysis has helped me accumulate so much Bitcoin at a discount. So I know firsthand that's not true. But I did say earlier today, in an environment like this, technical analysis doesn't work as well. How do you do technical analysis when there's so much fear everywhere, right? And this doesn't just apply to Bitcoin. There is so much fear everywhere. How do you do technical analysis with that? And better yet, how do you come up with an approach like to Bitcoin right now? Bitcoin was, I feel like yesterday it was at $10,000, and right now it's at $4,600 because of fear. We say all the time on this channel, be ready for anything. Bitcoin can fail. Be ready for anything. Bitcoin can go to zero. If you're going to buy Bitcoin here, don't listen to me. Don't listen to YouTubers. Don't listen to the hype. Bitcoin can fail. Bitcoin can go down. Be ready for that. And it's happening now. But we still need an approach, right? So when the charts are kind of failing us because technical analysis doesn't really work as well, I'd almost feel silly drawing support lines and all of this on a day like today, because human emotions, they're not looking at lines. They're not doing technical analysis. They're trying to figure out, oh no, I'm overextended. Bitcoin's going to zero. My 401k is tanking. My retirement is disappearing. I need to get as much out as possible. Like, technical analysis, that's what's happening today. I don't know how long that's going to happen for. I don't know how long this is going to last for. So how do you prepare for that? How do you approach this? And it's very simple. It's the same exact way that we do it when we're at a bear market low in December 2018. It's also, ironically, the same exact way that we do it when we're at a swing high at $14,000 in June of 2019. And that is this. Where are you in your position, in your portfolio? I see a lot of comments and people they can't hang on much longer. And it appears to me like they need the cash, like they need to get the money out. They don't want to lose anymore. So that's overextension. And that is the biggest reason, the number one rule to all of this is don't overextend yourself. Don't spend more money than you can afford to lose. It is so important. But beyond that, now that we're in this situation, right, and we're down, This is exactly why I always try to have fiat available for the dips. This is why the theme of this channel, the theme of my crypto capital venture on Twitter and YouTube in the last couple of years is buy the dip. Like there's literally a shirt on this YouTube channel you could buy that says buy the dip. I did that for fun. Because now we're in a dip and you want to have fiat available. Now, I did a video earlier and I talked about these 3 levels for me. This is kind of my approach to this current craziness that's going on. My approach was 1, right? 2, 3. Like I have these 3 buy areas where I'm like, all right, I'll enter in little by little each one on the way down. Now that we're already down like crazy, and Bitcoin is down like crazy, right? The last few days, Bitcoin, a total of almost 60%. It's unreal. It's record breaking. So Bitcoin's down, okay? We're overextended. We are at these technical lines where I said if we get there, I'm buying, right? And I did a video and I said those are my 3 areas that I'm looking at. I'll go in a little at the first one, a little more, and then heavier down here. And I have to say, and this is part of it, this is part of the approach. Take it slow, first of all. Take a deep breath. Don't panic. But if things move quicker than anticipated, reevaluate, and they have. I did the video earlier. I thought we were going to consolidate sideways for at least a day. Get some structure on the charts. It didn't happen. Like, we're in this 3rd area. I'm sitting on the couch with Sarah, and I'm like, do you know what just happened? So we're in this 3rd area, and it's kind of like you have to come up with new approaches. You have to come up with a new plan. At least I do, right? Because if we are at the beginning, because it feels like to me we're at the beginning of this fear. I went to the supermarket the other day and people weren't seemingly freaking out. And there's not that many cases yet in the States. If that quadruples, right, and even more, and accelerates, what are these markets going to look like? This buy zone that I established earlier may have been a little unrealistic, right? And so we have to take it on a day-to-day basis, actually hour-to-hour basis. We have to track the emotionality of the world right now. This is separate from Bitcoin. This is the emotionality of the world. We have to look at the fear levels of the world. And we have to use that as an indicator. We have to use that as some type of technical analysis. I can say this because this is just me. I don't know if it's because I like doing technical analysis. I like seeing where we are because it's crazy. Bitcoin, from a technical standpoint, I do like to see where we are, right? You see it. I've had these triangles on the screen for a while, talked about the possibility of coming down to this bottom trend line. We're there. That's crazy. I didn't think it would happen. We're there for a different reason, though, a fear reason. But earlier I did this. I talked about the Fibonacci retracement, the bear market low in 2015 to the bull market high 2017. We use this a lot on this channel, Fibonacci retracement, this 618 to 786 channel. Is there support in there? Better yet, have we overextended below there, like in the bear market low? An amazing area, an amazing buying potential. Oversold environment. That's what we look for in buying the dip. That's the definition of it, especially on the weekly. And, you know, I talked about earlier, we're getting kind of a similar type of setup. If you look at, and let me rechart this Fibonacci now. We just saw that on the longer term. Let me rechart this Fibonacci retracement on the shorter term, right? The bear market low to our swing high to 14,000. We came back down. We were testing this green channel earlier. Let me zoom in a little. We were testing this green channel, and I said anything below the green channel from a technical standpoint is a great buy area. And it's true. It just is. How oversold can Bitcoin get? And you have to keep in mind, putting aside all the fear that's going on in the world, just the way people are reacting, the way people are just kind of going crazy, there are people that are taking a deep breath and they're waiting. They're waiting because you hear the saying all the time, buy the fear, right? And most people fail to do that because it's uncomfortable time to buy the fear. But there are people getting ready to do that. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to do that. I'll share my approach. I'll share my opinion with you. This is how I'm looking at the charts right now, right? Averaging in as we're going down amidst the chaos. But this is happening very quick. And if the fear that's going on globally and in these markets still has 2 weeks to play out, a month, I don't know what it is, then there's a very strong possibility Bitcoin goes lower. So I don't want to, overextend myself and, put my reserves that I have for buying dips all into this area if there's a possibility that in a week we could be in this area, right? I'm not saying we're going to be. I really don't want to break the bear market low. That would be such a bummer, right? If that happens, I'm here for you, everybody, but please be there for me, please do. That's just a request. I need you. I'm just kidding. But seriously, we got to encourage each other because, it's no fun, right? As long as you're not spending more than you can afford to lose, all is okay. You have to endure it. Hopefully you have the cash to buy the dip if you're in that position. But at the end of the day, we all want Bitcoin to go up. Everybody on Twitter, the big wigs, the people with, hundreds of thousands of followers talking about $100,000 Bitcoin. Everybody wants Bitcoin to go up. But it's going down. So we have to be prepared on what we're going to do. I don't want the bear market low to be broken. That $3,000 area would be a bummer. But again, we're in uncharted territory. Not only was Bitcoin not around in the last, crash, right, in 2008, this is Bitcoin's just first time in this type of environment. And if Bitcoin is so volatile anyway, in a bullish environment, bearish environment, whatever, it's going to be extra crazy volatile in a global panic environment, right? The stock market is look at the stock market. Look at that. That's insane. Things are not pretty right now at all. And Bitcoin's just there for the first time trying to figure itself out, finding its way. And there's nobody that can predict or tell you what's going to happen next. I can tell you I'm bullish on Bitcoin because of its fundamentals. When this is all going to end. In my opinion, this is all going to end. I hope sooner than later we find the best way forward through this. I pray for the health of everybody in this world, the recovery of anybody that's sick, the protection from people that aren't sick yet. I think we're going to get through this. And when it happens, the fundamentals of Bitcoin are going to kick in. 59 days to Bitcoin halving. That will happen. The Bitcoin halving is happening. People have forgotten about that for now because they're fearful. They want to get their money out of the markets. But when the fear leaves and the grocery store shelves are stocked again and people aren't going crazy buying Purell, they're going to be like, shoot, the Bitcoin halving is in a month. Or shoot, the Bitcoin halving just happened. And then we have something happening, and that's called the supply of Bitcoin has just been reduced, has just been cut in half. So when Bitcoin becomes more scarce, and this is literally the theme of this video that I'm doing, it's why I wanted to do a video. When Bitcoin becomes scarce, it's going to become more scarce. Will the demand be there? That's the simplest question. It answers all of our questions in this crazy uncertain time. And the answer is yeah. I'm 90% sure. 90%. I'm not going to say I'm 100% sure. I'm 90% sure not only is the demand going to be there as Bitcoin does become more scarce, but I believe Bitcoin's just going to take off. That's me. I don't invest more than I can afford to lose. Trust me. I'm not overextended in this market. I'm comfortable with where we are, but I'm also comfortable in saying I truly believe Bitcoin is going to succeed. And I'm not saying that to underplay or, downplay what's going on in this world right now, because what's going on in the world is serious. We have to take it seriously. However, I think we'll win. I think it will be okay. And I think Bitcoin will recover even more quickly than it just tanked today, and maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. I don't know. If this plays out longer than we would hope, and we're sitting at $1,000 Bitcoin, I'll still be here doing videos with you. I'm not going anywhere, because I'm not going to fall into this state of, I lost all my money, and just disappear. Like, I'm here to play this thing out. And I can say that because I'm not overextended. If Bitcoin failed, I walk away and be like, darn, that's a bummer, but it won't affect my life. I don't think Bitcoin's going to fail. And I feel like a lot of you don't think so either. And I think in terms of health, Bitcoin looks way more healthy than traditional markets. Traditional markets are not looking good. And when it comes to Bitcoin as a safe haven, we don't have to call it a safe haven. We can just call it an alternative, a healthy alternative. We don't have to say it's a non-correlated asset. It's correlated to people, all right? It is correlated to human emotion. It shows on the charts today. We got our answer there. But fear is driving this. I think fear will subside. I think we will succeed in moving forward. I think we will be okay. And then I think Bitcoin, going into halving with its fundamentals, will be fine. If you're here right now in the comments, smash the like button if you agree with that. And if you're here in the comments right now, just press 1 if you're feeling okay. Press 2 if you're freaking out. I really am curious how you all are doing. And if you're here and you're replay viewer, comment below. Let me know your thoughts. I literally do try and read most of the comments, but I really do like knowing your thoughts. Beach Life, thanks for the subscribe. I appreciate it. Josh Wallace, what's up? I see you. We got a lot of 1s cruising through. We have a 2. Nick and CR, it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay. Legend Zog with a 1. How about that $28 Litecoin? It is, I see, $29 Litecoin. We've got a lot of 1s in the house. A lot of troopers, a lot of people feeling bullish and feeling okay, hanging in there. That makes me feel good to see that. Everyone, I wanted to try and keep this a short live stream. We're on 23 minutes. If you came, you're here, you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. I try and just bring you the data. I try and just bring you my thoughts. I enjoy it. I enjoy talking with you. I appreciate you coming by. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this thing going on in the world. And my prayers are here for you and your family. It's all going to be okay. It really is. It's all going to be okay. Hit the like button on your way out. I will see you in the next video. Let's see what happens overnight. Have an awesome night, and God bless.